And who said wishes don't come true? My New Year's wish has already come true. I wished for 5K RAM. Now, granted, in hindsight, I should have probably been more specific of what part of the RAM should be 5K, because I did not intend it to be the price. My bad, boys. My bad. It is what it is, though.
Alright, console guys, we've decided. If us PC guys are going down,
we're taking you with us.
That's a clean.
Wow, that is so dreadful. Roughly for the 3 people left on PlayStation and 1.5 paraplegics on Xbox. They're devastated. Absolutely devastated. Someone called the ambulance.
Burning hell, I tell you what.
well, not that either one of us really has much of a choice now, do we? It's fair to say that the RAM prices are not going to help any one of us. And I wish I could take joy in knowing this hurts Nintendo.
Wait, this is probably about the 5K RAM thing? I'm not 100% sure, but literally today I kind of saw some article about something, Nvidia, being previously 2.35-ish K, and now it's 5K. I think it's probably RAM. So, good luck to everyone who still has not upgraded their PC. I wish you the best. I was smart in preparation for GTA 6, even though it's probably going to be Vogue Slop. But, hey, I paid a fraction what RAM costs now, okay? It is what it is.
Sony, and Microsoft, but knowing that it's especially going to hurt us PC guys, yeah, I can't really take a celebratory victory lap. As an ultra PC elitist, knowing I can't celebrate what's happening to console users really takes the oomph out of it, doesn't it? And you know exactly what I'm talking.
That's a lack of dedication. That's a lack of dedication in this case.
Talking about. I mean, everybody on YouTube's been talking about it. Even people who don't know shit about hardware. Because RAM makes the world go round. I mean, we didn't think so until this crisis hit. Now we truly know the importance of RAM, don't we? The most overlooked piece of hardware that you install into your system.
To be fair, I heard this like 20 years ago, the elements to make the hardware computer bloopty-bloops are running low. So, I mean, it seems that was not true, and now that everyone just buys RAM because reasons, and now only there is a crisis. Again, can't trust anything nowadays, can you?
Who would have ever thought it would be so crucial? Get it? Because Crucial is a RAM brand.
By the way, literally put 5K into every company I could find that makes RAM. 2 days ago.
I'm dead inside. We got a lot to cover today. Welcome back to Fratanga Plays. Don't worry, the side effects of this channel wear off after a couple of years. So you may as well consume about as much of my content as you possibly can by smashing that subscribe button and getting us to 130,000 before.
Like the video, subscribe maybe, even takes less than a second. I greatly appreciate all of you who do. It really helps the channel and I appreciate it. Every like means that 2 new people are gonna see this video. You actually have a lot of power. And if you think that yapping about RAM and not making a difference in the world is very important, then definitely like the video and subscribe. Takes less than a second. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
The end of the year, it's not gonna happen. Why do I keep asking? Either way, you guys have still blessed me with more than I truly even deserve. I'm not even that good at this YouTube stuff. So, thank you from the bottom of my heart. 2025 started off kind of rough for me personally, but near the middle of it, you guys came through it and it really blessed my life.
Bro, it's day 1 and I already got food poisoning. Not even joking. I've been sitting in this chair like pretty much almost Minecrafting for 3 hours and now I feel finally good enough to do something, okay? Listen, life's not easy. Again, day 1, and by the way, pretty severe food poisoning. I have no idea what I ate at that gas station, but it was probably at least a couple of months old. Tasted good, though. Tasted good. In any case, yeah, that's the way I started it, okay? And I have been food poisoned before. Again, you're literally talking to the man, the myth, the legend himself. My immune system, my body, is a temple that primarily turns physical pain and emotional pain, but also it's pretty good and it's working pretty fine. So the fact that I actually wallowed in pain for 3 hours straight from food poisoning, a normal person probably would have to go to the hospital. Okay.
And you're not gonna usually hear me saying sweet gay things like that too often, so you better enjoy it now while you can. Because I'm gonna go right back to scolding you. Alright, there, you embraced it? Good. Let's begin with the news. Now, normally under most circumstances, we can all come to an agreement that AI is the root of all of our problems right now. And it doesn't matter how you feel about AI, it will be a useful tool in a lot of industries, whether that's involved in tech.
Will it though? Will it? Today is the day when everyone find the grog bikini thing, okay? And I mean it's so weak. AI is not going to be a useful tool, I'm not going to lie.
Tech, entertainment, medical. But, you know, before I glaze AI too much, I'm going to stop right now because I know how that will make a lot of people feel. And I actually agree with you. Because we're not going through the benefits of AI right now. We're going through the worst phase of it. The phase where it completely destroys and ruins every other aspect of life that we enjoy at the moment. It's sad to say, but we're not that generation that's going to reap the benefits of AI. We're gonna—
No generation is reaping any benefits from AI. The whole holy grail of AI is pretty much the concept that it's going to do the work that people don't want to do, aka all of the work. Now, the problem with that is most people don't understand working is absolutely amazing, okay? It fills up your day, you're not bored. Working is a 10 out of 10 banger, especially if you're good at something, especially if you like something. Most people don't though, but still, it fills up their day. Aboard them. Listen, as a man, women can lay 12 hours on a beach and that's a fulfillment, okay? But men, no, we cannot do that. Listen, if my day was, 24 hours free and I could do whatever I want, I would literally Minecraft without work. The life would be hollow, meaningless, empty. There would be no achievements to make. Maybe I would start playing, I don't know, 5 different sports. And the only sports that I had played are volleyball and floorball. So, that's probably not gonna cut it. So, I don't want AI in general. People don't understand how crucially sad boredom is, okay? Doing nothing works when you're a kid. As an adult, it stops working.
Long enough to see it finally, become good. But most of our lives will be spent hating it, unfortunately, because there are a lot of valid reasons to hate AI. But here's the thing, though. AI is just a tool. It's those pushing for AI the most, investing in it, advocating for it. Those are the people who are causing our actual problems. And it's no secret that Nvidia data centers, other than killing all the grass around it, so when someone tells you, hey, if there's such a big deal, go touch grass. Well, we can't. Nvidia data centers killed all the grass, absorbed all the water, and made hardware unaffordable. The aggressive push is affecting us. There was a stat that I saw last night, before I was about to goon and go to bed. And that was a stat that apparently 20% of content that currently exists on YouTube is all AI generated.
That is insane. AI will be the great filter, okay? And I'm not gonna tell you what's gonna happen with the ones who fail.
There's a difference between—
Hey, you're on this channel, you know exactly what's happening. The children yearn for the minds.
Hey, I used AI to make a funny clip, or hey, I used AI to make a funny thumbnail. And then there are people who just completely have AI make everything. Thumbnail, video, even the title, that type of content.
Dude, I was actually gonna use AI to make the thumbnails, because, I mean, AI at least can do that more or less decently, I guess. But I haven't done it yet, but it's in plans.
Content is growing, and that growth is creating demand. And that demand, that's what Nvidia has interest in. They don't have interest in creating hardware that excels computing technology. They have zero interest in powering your gaming.
Wait, that's the guy from Palantir. What the hell is he doing with the Nvidia dude? It's him, right?
Instead want to sell you streaming services that are all reliant
Oh, it says it right here. Yeah, that's the guy.
on their own servers so that they don't ever have to produce anything ever.
Don't even try to comment anything about me literally never reading anything and being incapable of reading in general, okay, boys? Listen, it's a new year, new me, and I'm sometimes gonna read stuff, okay?
Again, consumers no longer have purchasing power over Nvidia, and they haven't for quite some time now. Unfortunately, we're not the military-industrial complex. We do not have checks that could sway Nvidia. Memory suppliers are now cherry-picking customers, as report says. Priority is...
This is what I said, by the way. Considering there is such a shortage in all of this stuff, selling in bulk makes no sense. Because selling in bulk is a very simple business thing, right? The idea is you sell in bulk, you guarantee the profits, you guarantee the stuff, and you get more money faster. Because there is a point in, you know, selling something for $10 to get all of the money up front faster, or selling something for $20 and making more money over the course of 2 years. Because with that money up front, you can maybe make even more money by doing something else. That's why they sell in bulk. But when everything is in a shortage, I said that this is going to happen. They have to stop doing this because it makes no sense. When everyone wants to buy in bulk, you no longer need to give them discounts. Hell, if you're an AI data center, Nvidia should jack up your price 500%, baby. What are you gonna do? Lose the AI race? That literally would implode and devastate so many companies if they just said, no, we can't afford the new RAM that Nvidia is selling us for a 10 billion trillion % markup. They would have to buy it. It's the funniest thing ever.
Being given to just 4 PC manufacturers. The ongoing DRAM supercycle has made suppliers the king of the jungle, since the industry is now a seller's market. According to a report by Digitimes, it is reported that with soaring memory contract prices, producers like Samsung and SK Hynix are now only looking to sign LTAs with companies that are mainstream in the PC industry. Companies like Lenovo, Dell, Apple, and Asus are primary beneficiaries when it comes to getting capacity from memory suppliers, given that they control most of the OEM.
I have all of that, by the way. Yes. I don't know. Again, all of these problems the world faces. No, I have said this, and I will say it again, because some people still don't know it, some people still need to hear it. All of these problems the world faces, crises, wars, and all of these things, they are devastating to the average person. They will cost you money, they will cost you your life, they will ruin you. The average person can't afford any crisis. But anyone who has money, a crisis is just... It literally... if you have money, a crisis literally just kind of multiplies your money. You get more buying power, you get more spending power, you get everything. A crisis is like free money for the already rich and powerful. It is insane how it works out. And again, no one talks about this because no one understands finances actually on a human level.
Supply chain. For smaller vendors, this means massive trouble. Given the limited capacity on hand, Samsung and SK Hynix aren't ready to sign contracts spanning multiple months. Instead, they periodically evaluate the situation to reflect updated contract pricing and capitalize on the shortages. We already know that Apple previously scrambled to secure general purpose DRAM supply from suppliers for its iPhone production, and it appears that the Cupertino giant has benefited from its exclusive relationships with Samsung and SK Hynix. Similarly, Asus and Lenovo are also reportedly key priorities for Samsung. Okay, alright, before I even have my fun with the console part. The real concern is how this is going to affect Steam users and potential Steam machine buyers. Right off the bat, Nvidia securing the largest amount of RAM because they are pushing the heaviest for AI, has resulted in only 4 of these companies being prioritized. And it's not Nintendo, it's not Sony, and it especially as hell ain't Valve. With a RAM shortage like that, and on top of that, the insane price hike, whatever amount of units of this new Steam box Valve has managed to put together may turn out to be their only stock. It will be sold out because I do not see how Valve is going to manage after that stock is depleted.
This is also a thing I talked about before and predicted. It's the fact that prices are gonna go up for consoles. I said this before, I said this multiple times. The new generation consoles, except Steam, will be probably a minimum 1,250 each. Most likely 1,500, or at this point, I mean, honestly, it's starting to look that they're going to be even more expensive than that. So, yeah, there you go. Sounds great, doesn't it? Yeah, and I think all of this is going to be good for Valve, because Valve is just going to make their shit cheaper anyway. And Valve's stuff will probably be good, because Valve actually, you know, makes it user-friendly and good. Okay, except the full screen Steam thing. That's horrible. Okay, anything else they try to make good for the user. And so, the Valve Gaben Cube being cheaper than everything else is gonna be huge.
In the hell are they going to buy a huge surplus of RAM? And how are they going to make it affordable for Steam box users? The short and blunt and straightforward answer is they're not. The Steam machine is facing a huge issue right now, and it's the exact same one everybody else is. So Nvidia and other big tech companies that are advocating and pushing for AI are going to be the greatest hurdle in Gabe Newell's way. And, you know, I mean, yeah, Gabe Newell slimmed down a bit, but I don't think it's one he can jump over so easily. If Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft are all concerned, you can bet your ass Valve is also worried about their hardware. Software-wise, right now, they have an advantage over other digital distributors. But the Steam box would have added a huge...
I would not be surprised if the situation is a little bit different, though, for Valve.
surplus.
Because they are not tied to the same restrictions and constrictions that Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony are. So, Valve's decision-making and process can be way different from theirs, because they are not on some kind of random quarterly earnings report that they need to deliver or everything's bust.
Of potential new Steam users. And as it is, the Steam box is already pretty compromised, okay? 8 gigs of RAM is what this system has. Very low by today's standards. Hell, some people will argue even 16 gigs is too low. So how is that gonna work in Valve's favor? Theoretically, it should cost them a little less to produce this box because they don't have to buy as much RAM. But that price reduction ain't gonna be big enough. As Linus Tech Tips...
That price... No, this is false. That price reduction is gonna be exactly big enough. You know why? Because the Steam machine, the Gaben Cube, the Dream Steam Orange Gabe, is not an existence of its own. It will always be compared to Xbox, PlayStation, and any other garbage that pops up. So, it being already less, costing less, is gonna always matter. As long as it costs less than the modern day consoles, no one's gonna care. Because also, you need to think about this. Console players don't fucking understand what's the difference between 8, 16, or 32 gigabytes of RAM are. I don't. So, what is a console peasant gonna actually do with that information? Nothing. They're just gonna know, oh, Valve, the company I like, released a thing, and it's way cheaper than the other thing, and people are saying it can make me play stuff. Good enough? Good enough? That's how easy it is. Okay? Steam is not constricted at all by these things. In fact, the higher the prices go, the better Steam is gonna look. is going to be insane.
Is estimating that the Steam box will cost about $700. Now you factor in a
I said 750, and that was and that was just based on the fact that based on the price of other consoles.
potential price hike, and Valve loses a significant advantage. Why would anybody be buying a Steam box above $1,000 when it only contains 8 gigs of RAM? They are missing a golden opportunity right here. The golden opportunity they have to undercut their competition seems like it wasn't ever going to exist to begin with, and now its positioning is worse. And it's all according to Jensen's plan over there.
Okay, I'm sorry. If Fright Taters just does not know what he's talking about here. The position is good. Steam is in a very good position to sell their box. Now, granted, the real question is, do people even want console? That is the real question, because they are on a massive decline. Like, look at Xbox, completely died to PlayStation. Look at PlayStation, completely dying anyway. So the only question we need to answer is, how many of the console players actually care enough about consoles? And that is the tricky one.
Nvidia. He knows anybody producing brand new hardware is basically at his mercy. He has all the RAM, and so do 4 other big tech companies. So what I'm guessing is going to happen here is Sony and Microsoft and Valve and Nintendo are going to have to answer to these other 4 companies like Samsung and Lenovo, who are the ones that are being prioritized and are first in line to receive their RAM surplus. And guess who's going to come begging those companies for RAM? That's right. Sony, Microsoft, Valve, Nintendo, anybody trying to make games.
Also, do we actually know the release date for the Gaben Quadrant? I don't think we do, right? So, it's not like Valve's actually in a rush to procure their stuff.
Hardware. I must say, Jensen is playing all the right moves, and I don't like it one bit. Now, keep in mind, Linus isn't always the most reliable source. Although I don't think he's wrong on this one, I wouldn't blame you for believing him either, seeing as how the guy is fully in Nvidia's pocket. I mean, Jensen owns that ass. Linus can sit there and tell you he has integrity all he wants. His ass is owned directly by Nvidia. I mean,
anyone thinking that any tech YouTuber has integrity? Wow! I got a bridge to sell you.
Look at him, uploading a video 3 days ago. Nvidia showed me their supercomputer. Oh, wow, look at that. Nvidia inviting Linus.
By the way, that is AI. That is AI. That is AI. That is 100% an AI thumbnail. I really should start using AI, huh?
Over. Look, Linus is the AI supercomputer we use to kill hardware and software ownership. Oh, wow. Nvidia fully understands that their actions are directly affecting the rest of the tech world. And that's because they want it to. Because Nvidia wants every single company investing more into their AI and less into other things like gaming hardware. AI and streaming software are going to power most entertainment and gaming, and that's what they want these companies to invest in. And their mindset is, gamers aren't going to need hardware. They're not even going to need to download or own their games. They'll get over it, which, realistically is probably what's going to happen. You know how gamers...
But this scene is the funniest thing ever, honestly. You know why? Because look at this dude. He's like smiling and being like, oh, wow! And then,
which,
humanity is being oppressed and treated like cattle. If this is not the greatest scene you have seen in your life, I mean, wow. It is so funny. Oh, wow, humanity is being treated like garbage. Wow, that's so cool. Oh.
Realistically is probably what's gonna happen. You know how gamers surrender so easily. The Steam machine is already going to be a very, 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 very niche device. And so RAM being this expensive is the worst inconvenience for it. Either way, Valve is entirely prepared for this system to not even be that successful to begin with. Now, of course, realistically, this won't affect Steam itself as a market.
Yeah, they are. They probably unironically are. Because, again, the Steam machine is It sounds good on paper. It sounds interesting. It sounds appetizing. It sounds like an option for sure. But do console like, can you actually get to the console players? Can you actually get to them? That's the real question, and nobody knows the answer to that.
Place in the slightest. But as far as we're concerned, there's breaking news coming to us about RAM suppliers and them cherry picking specific for companies. Yeah, it's fair to say the Steam machine may as well not even exist at this point. I mean, most hardware may as well not exist at this point because it's not much better for consoles. If you think we're fucked enough in the PC market and you want to turn over to the console market, I got news for you too. Because I know the one thing people want is even more powerful consoles. Okay, let's just be honest with ourselves. Both Sony and Microsoft, they sold you on these quote-unquote next-gen consoles that are currently out. Like, the specs were impressive, and yet the execution has been shit. The PS5 and the Xbox Series X did not...
Like last time. Like before that. Yeah? Why are people surprised?
Really live up to their hype. And Sony knows that. I mean, why do you think they released a beefed up PS5 and just slapped the logo on it and called it a Pro? There's demand for more powerful consoles because the current consoles can barely even handle Unreal Engine 5. So people were anticipating that maybe Sony and Microsoft are going to release the next gen.
Now, to be fair, Unreal Engine 5 can hardly, handle Unreal Engine 5. So there's a slightly different issue there, arguably.
Consoles a little sooner. We are, of course, about 5 years into this console cycle. And then we got this news. Mind you, it comes from Tom Henderson, so, take it with a grain of salt, but it does make perfect sense.
Boy.
RAM price increases could see next generation console releases delayed. Insider Gaming has learned that the ongoing price increases in RAM due to the rise in AI could delay the next generation of console releases. We first mentioned the rumor during our Insider Gaming weekly episode on blah blah blah. We don't need that promo. We're not going to watch your shitty video. From what we've heard, the industry as a whole is concerned about RAM availability, as they should be, and what that is going to mean for mass producing consoles at a competitive price point. That's right. I mean, there were console guys all over social media who are laughing at PC users thinking, ha ha, you have a RAM problem, which makes no sense because that'll be laughing at us for getting shot while you have an arrow sticking through your fucking head. I mean, console peasants are stupid. Seriously stupid. They legitimately thought that this wouldn't affect them. They're so stupid they don't understand that RAM exists inside consoles. They don't know this. Like, it's 2025.
See what I mean? So what is the difference that the Steam box is going to have only 8 gigabytes of RAM? Your average console player doesn't know it even has RAM to begin with, so there you go. Problem solved.
And console users thought RAM is something that only affects PCs, not knowing that consoles use RAM as well. So they shit their pants upon hearing the news that yes, consoles use RAM, you fucking morons, and it's going to affect you too. And then they weren't laughing anymore. Not only for the next generation, but it could also mean that yet more price increases for current generation consoles will hit us in 2026. RAM modules have increased in price by several 100% in the past few months due to the demand for AI. And with the pursuit of AI seemingly not going away anytime soon, RAM availability could continue to be a bottleneck, or at the very least, the RAM shortage will mean that prices will continue to hike. It leaves console producers in a very tricky spot.
Yeah, so we kind of get the point right here. I will just add what seemingly is not being added here. It's the fact that the companies that are making RAM are not exactly interested in stopping the RAM shortage. When you have a commodity that's rare, luxurious, its price goes up. When its price stops going up because people can no longer buy it, then you start slowly increasing production truly to match that demand. But not enough, so the price goes down, okay? That's how this game's played. So, for anyone who's thinking, oh, I can just outwait the RAM crisis shortage thingy-majiggy, good luck. good luck. It's gonna probably take like, I don't know, 10 years for it to go down. Okay, that's a gross overestimation. But the reality is, unless the AI industry completely collapses, this is not happening. It's not going down ever. And even if it collapses, chances are it's not gonna go down to what it was previously, because prices never go down. I mean, have you tried living? You easily will always know that prices do not go magically down. In any case, that was a Fritanga 10 out of 10. And bye!